Hi guys, Sarah here from Highland Haven Australian Shepherds, and this is episode 14 of my dog breeding video series. So Meadow will be 8 weeks pregnant tomorrow, so technically a week from tomorrow is her due date, and we're in the process of getting our supplies list completed, making sure that we have everything we need to deliver a healthy litter of puppies. If you've been following along, you know that I don't think she's going to go all the way to her due date. I think we're going to see puppies this coming weekend. The other thing we're going to begin today is taking Meadow's temperature 3 times a day. And when you take the temperature and record it properly, you will have a very good idea when those puppies are coming. A litter of puppies being born should never be a surprise. You will see behavioral changes. They should go off their food a day or 2 prior to going into labor. And that temperature will absolutely crash to a low of like 97 degrees. And that will give you a real good idea that those puppies are, coming sometime in the next 24 hours. So let's start with the supplies list. So here is my supplies list. I do like to keep the room quite warm. You'll see it says portable heater on the top there. I've never really had to use that, but some people will need a portable heater to keep their room warm enough while the whelping is going on and when you have newborn puppies. It says things like the heat lamp. An air thermometer is great because you want to make sure you know what the temperature in the room is. The scale we talked about last week. It's a good idea to have a clock close by because you're going to record the times that the puppies are born. Rags, blankets, towels, newspaper. We talked about that last week. Rubber gloves are not an absolute necessity. It's nice to have them if you've got them. Alcohol is important, that you're able to sterilize the different things that you'll need to deliver those puppies. And then the obvious stuff, a notebook with your forms that you're filling out with your puppy record, the hemostat, which is the tool that will help you with the umbilical cord. It's a good idea to have some puppy formula in case something goes wrong and your female isn't able to feed her puppies. You don't want to be at 2 a.m. and having a brand new litter of puppies that the mother can't feed and you're not able to get puppy formula. So it's a good idea to have that on hand. It's never a waste because they will eventually eat it when you start to feed them actual dog food. You'll mix it with puppy formula. So it's never a waste to have that puppy formula early on. Vanilla ice cream, we'll talk about that a little bit later on, but I do use that during the birthing process to help keep her energy up and supply her with a little bit of extra calcium. A garbage can, this is something that people don't always think of, but there's a lot of waste that is produced, things you've got to dispose of pretty quickly when you're delivering a litter of puppies. I installed a curtain at the bottom of my stairs that go upstairs to keep the room at a solid temperature. So this is a pretty typical list. You will add or subtract things based on your own experience and what your setup is, but this is a pretty complete puppy inventory list. Okay, so this is what we're going to start today. We're going to start with taking Meadow's temperature. As you can see, today is Tuesday. It's day 55 of pregnancy, and this will go all the way to her actual due date on day 63. Again, I don't think she's going to make it that whole way, and this record of recording her temperatures is going to tell us when she is going to have those puppies. Super important. The yellow part here is what we're looking for. So a dog's temperature, it runs a little bit higher than a human's. So all the way up to the high 101s, it still can be considered within a normal temperature for a dog. Most dogs run around 100 as a normal temperature, and this is why you're taking this record, because you want to do this well before her due date, a week prior, so you can get a baseline of what her typical temperature is. Once the temperature starts to drop and falls down to about 97 degrees here, that is when you're going to start the clock. And generally my females will have, once they have that temperature crash and hits about 97, they're pretty consistent. About 16 to 18 hours later, that first puppy will be born. So puppies should never be a surprise. If you guys are keeping your records carefully and watching your female, this will tell you when those puppies are going to be born. So this is the one from this year. Let's look at the one from last year. So you can see her temperature, her daily temperature, it fluctuated up and down from about 100.4 all the way down to about 99. And then as we get along here, it starts to descend and then crash. It actually was below 97 was her bottom. That was noon, had her first puppy at 3 a.m., 15 hours later. So this gave me lots of time to plan, to call out of work. We all know that's not a problem this year, but normally I have to call out of work, take a couple of days off, and you know, prepare to hunker down and be with my girl. Obviously, once her temperature is descending here, she can't be left alone. You guys have to be with her every second because you don't want her to be panicky. You want to reassure her, and you want to make sure that when those puppies start coming, you're on hand and ready to handle it. So that's what I'm going to start doing today. I'm going to start doing this temperature check 3 times a day. She's eating 3 times a day, so that's easy to remember. First thing in the morning, and then around 12, 1 o'clock, and then again around 6 p.m. It's kind of a tease sometimes. Sometimes you think, oh my gosh, it's happening, it's going down, and then the next temperature it'll be up again. So it's really not descending until you have 2 or 3 descending temperatures in a row, and then you know you've got a trend going, and you want to see that bottom out. So I will post every couple of days and show you guys where she is, and of course, when she does have that temperature drop, I will drop a video and show you guys, and then it's just a countdown. It's just sitting and waiting with her and waiting for those puppies to come. So we're getting towards the really fun part. Stay tuned. If you guys are enjoying this video series, remember to like, follow, comment, share, all that good stuff. I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.